The sample lesson file provides a home or main menu button for you in the library panel. Select the buttons layer and unlock it if it's locked. Drag the button called Main Menu from the library panel to the stage. Position the button in the upper right corner. In the Properties panel, set the X position to 726 and Y to 60. Name the instance main menu underscore BTN. The action for the home button will be go to frame number and stop, and the trigger will be a button click. Select the first frame of the actions layer and open the actions panel if it's not already open. Place your text cursor at a new line after the last line in your script window. We'll add additional code to what's already there. Click the Add Using Wizard button. The wizard opens within the Actions panel. Step 1 asks for the action. Scroll down and select Go to Frame Number and Stop. Another menu appears to the right, and in this next menu, select This Timeline. Code appears in the Action window. The action will apply to the current timeline. Replace the blue highlighted letters in the action window with the frame number you want the playhead to go to. Instead of 50, enter 0. Note that the JavaScript create.js library begins counting frames from 0, so the first frame of your timeline is 0 and not 1 when using HTML5 Canvas. Click Next. Step 2 appears in the wizard and asks for the trigger that will produce your selected action. Select On Mouse Click. On Mouse Click is an event that happens when the user's mouse is pressed and then released over the button. Another menu appears to the right. The wizard asks for the object for the triggering event. Select Main Menu underscore BTN. Click Finish and Add. Next, you'll create a short transition animation for each of the restaurant guides. Move the playhead to the Label 1 frame label. Right-click the instance of the restaurant information on the stage and choose Create Motion Tween. Or choose Create Motion Tween from the Create Tween menu above the timeline. Animate creates a separate tween layer for the instance so it can proceed with the motion tween. Select the instance on the stage, and in the Property panel's Color Effects section, choose Alpha from the Style menu, and set the alpha slider to 0. The instance on the stage becomes totally transparent. Move the playhead to the end of the span at frame 19. Select the transparent instance on the stage. In the Properties panel, set the alpha slider to 100%. The instance is displayed at a normal opacity level. The motion tween from frame 10 to frame 19 produces a smooth fade-in effect. Create similar motion tweens for the remaining restaurants in the keyframes labeled Label 2, Label 3, and Label 4. Don't try to test your movie just yet. You still have to tweak the JavaScript code in the next task to make this work. The Go To and Play action makes the Animate playhead move to a specific frame on the timeline and begin playing from that point. Select the first frame of the Actions layer and open the Actions panel. In your JavaScript code, change the first 4 Go To and Stop actions to Go To and Play actions. Leave the parameter unchanged. For each of the restaurant buttons, the JavaScript code now directs the playhead to a particular frame label and begins playing at that point. Make sure the function for your home button remains unchanged. If you test your movie now, you'll see each button goes to its corresponding frame label and plays from that point, but it keeps playing, showing all the remaining animations. We'll now tell Animate when to stop. Select frame 19 of the Actions layer, and choose Insert Keyframe. A new keyframe is inserted in the Actions layer. will use the new keyframe to add a stop action just before the second animation starts to play. Open the Actions panel if it isn't already open. Notice that the script window in the Actions panel is blank. Your code has not disappeared, but the code for the event listeners is on the first keyframe of the Actions layer. You've selected a new keyframe in which you'll add a stop action. In the script window, enter this.stop. Animate will now stop playing when it reaches frame 19. Insert additional keyframes at frame 29, 39, and 50. In each of those keyframes, add another stop action. Test your movie by choosing Control Test. Each button takes you to a different keyframe and plays a short fade-in animation. At the end of the animation, the movie stops and waits for the viewer to click the home button. Your button symbols in this interactive restaurant guide already contain a movie clip symbol of gray information in their overstates. You'll edit each movie clip symbol to add an animation inside of it. In the library panel, expand the Restaurant Previews folder. Double-click the movie clip symbol icon for Gabalafel over info. You enter symbol editing mode for the movie clip symbol called Gabalafel over info. Select all the visual elements on the stage. Right-click and choose Create Motion Tween. In the dialog that appears, asking for confirmation to convert the selection to a symbol, click OK. Layer 1 is converted to a motion tween layer and adds 1 second's worth of frames to the movie clip timeline. Drag the end of the tween span back so that the timeline only has 10 frames. Move the playhead to frame 1 and select the instance on the stage. In the Property panel's Color Effects section, choose Alpha from the Style menu and bring the alpha value to 0%. The instance on the stage becomes totally transparent. Move the playhead to frame 10 and select the transparent instance on the stage. In the Properties panel, bring the alpha percentage to 100%. Animate creates a smooth transition between the transparent and opaque instance in the 10-frame tween span. Insert a new layer and name it Actions. Insert a new keyframe in the last frame, frame 10 of the Actions layer. Open the Actions panel and enter this.stop in the script window. This will ensure the fade-in effect plays only once. Exit symbol editing mode by clicking the Scene 1 button in the edit bar above the stage, or the little arrow. Choose Control Test. When your mouse cursor hovers over the first restaurant button, the gray information box fades in. The motion tween inside the movie clip symbol plays the fade-in effect, and the movie clip symbol is placed in the overstate of the button symbol. Create identical motion tweens for the other gray information box movie clips to animate all the restaurant buttons and add a stop action to the end of those tweens.